The Shelgrave Workplace Bullying and Harassment Policy. Shelgrave Contracting Australia Proprietary Limited, hereinafter called the Company, is committed to the prevention of workplace bullying. The company considers bullying to be an unacceptable form of behaviour and will not tolerate it under any circumstances. The company has a responsibility to do everything in its power to eliminate and/or reduce the risks to employees' health and safety. All staff have a right to a workplace that is free from bullying and violence. Employees and contractors must also accept responsibility for their actions towards others in the workplace and must not take part in any bullying or violent behaviour. What is workplace bullying? Workplace bullying is repeated, unreasonable behaviour directed toward an employee or group of employees, which creates a risk to an employee's mental or physical health and safety. It is unreasonable behaviour, that which a reasonable person, having regard to all the circumstances, those that the alleged bully would reasonably be expected to know, would expect to victimise, humiliate, undermine, or threaten its recipient. Bullying includes the behaviour and actions of individuals or a group, and may involve using a system of work as a means of victimising, humiliating, undermining, or threatening. The following types of behaviour, when repeated or occurring as part of a pattern of behaviour, can constitute bullying. Verbal abuse. Excluding or isolating employees. Psychological harassment. Intimidation. Assigning meaningless tasks unrelated to the employee's position. Giving impossible assignments. Initiation practices. Sabotaging another employee's work. Deliberately withholding information that is vital for effective work performance, and ridiculing other employees' opinions. In the event that you are subjected to bullying, you should follow this process. If you feel comfortable doing so, you should advise the other person, verbally or in writing, in a direct or firm manner, that their behaviour is unacceptable. This may be enough to stop the unwelcome behaviour. If the behaviour is serious or recurring, or if you are not comfortable raising the matter directly with the alleged perpetrator, you should make a report to your manager, or, if your manager is the alleged perpetrator, make a report to the Human Resources Manager. The company has established confidential procedures for handling reports of serious incidents. These procedures are based on the principle that the rights and privacy of both parties to the incident should be safeguarded. It is suggested that you keep diary notes of all incidents with names, dates, witnesses, and any response you make in respect to the incidents. Workplace harassment is offensive, belittling or threatening behaviour directed at an individual worker or group of workers. Harassment is often focused on the sex, cultural or racial background or disability of the individual or group. Harassment is behaviour that is unwelcome, unsolicited, usually unreciprocated, and usually but not always repeated. It can make the workplace or association with work unpleasant, humiliating, or intimidating for the individual or group targeted by this behaviour. It can make it difficult for effective work to be done. Some examples of harassing behaviour can include offensive physical contact, derogatory language, or intimidating actions. Insulting or threatening gestures or language, overt or implied, or continual and unwarranted shouting in the workplace. Unjustified and unnecessary comments about a person's work or capacity for work. Openly displayed pictures, posters, graffiti, or written materials which might be offensive to employees. Phone calls or messages on electronic mail or computer networks which are threatening, abusive, or offensive to employees. Persistent following or stalking within the workplace or to and from work or elsewhere. disparaging remarks about malingering to employees who have made a claim for compensation. Sexual harassment is unwelcome conduct of a sexual nature, which makes a person feel offended, humiliated, and/or intimidated, where that reaction is reasonable in the circumstances. Sexual harassment in employment is unlawful under the Sex Discrimination Act. What is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment in the workplace can take various forms. It can involve staring, leering, or unwelcome touching, suggestive comments or jokes, sexually explicit pictures or posters, unwanted invitations to go out on dates, requests for sex, intrusive questions about a person's private life or body, unnecessary familiarity, such as deliberately brushing up against a person, insults or taunts based on sex, or sexually explicit physical contact. Sexual harassment may also involve sexually explicit emails or SMS text messages, unwelcome touching, hugging, or kissing, sexually explicit pictures, screensavers, or posters, accessing sexually explicit internet sites, or behavior which would also be an offence under the criminal law, such as physical assault, indecent exposure, sexual assault, stalking, or obscene communications. Please note, sexual harassment is not sexual interaction, flirtation, attraction, or friendship which is invited, mutual, consensual, or reciprocated. Both men and women can experience sexual harassment at work. However, it is most commonly experienced by women.